and I met an ex-copper, and we got talking about religion, and it reminded me of this clip. Have a look at this. But what threw me was what he said next. Watch this. Family gathering, and I'm with my other half, and my other half's friend's family member is an ex-copper, right? Can't have him on camera because of the job he's in, DBS checks and whatnot, and he loses his job for talking about this. So basically, as an ex-copper, I asked him about this, and this is one of the many reasons why he left the force, because of how backwards, do you know what I mean, the politics are. And this, and literally, yeah, it's one of the many reasons was preachers that are preaching the Bible out in the streets getting nicked and getting charged with what, mate?
Racially aggravated public order.
Racially aggravated public order, right? But then you've got someone from the Islamic community preaching about the Quran, and they're allowed to continue. They don't get arrested for nothing, right? So, bearing in mind, we are in a Christian country, and, you know, we're not allowed to preach the Bible, you know, in our own country, because you'll get nicked for it, for being racial. So, can you just explain on that and expand a little bit more on that, mate?
Yeah.
You was in the force for what, 5 years?
Yeah, so force 5 years, quite a big force near London.
Yeah.
Many different roles. I said, it's, say, you go, the way I can explain it is, a circle will go for a rectangle, but a rectangle won't go for a circle. It's always it's only one way.
Yeah.
And what would end up happening is we'd go to a job because someone reported a preacher for preaching the Bible on the street, no shouting, nothing at all. Then they would say you would obviously need to go and obviously speak to that person. You then get forced by your inspectors or your sergeants at the time to say, oh, okay, you need to kind of make it a bit more than what it is. When then he asked to either charge him with something.
Make it is a bit more than what it is?
Yeah.
Go on.
So, which instead of, say, give them a thing, obviously, say, just move on, we'd need to charge them with something. Aggravated, public order, racially aggravated public order, or public order to get them out of the way, or give them a community protection notice, then a community protection order.
That's illegal though, isn't it?
The problem is,
would you deem that as illegal?
They would force it.
I know, but would you deem that as illegal to do stuff like that? That's illegal, isn't it? That's corruption.
Oh yeah, but we'd be forced.
Yeah.
From higher authority, we'd be forced.
Right.
So we'd get forced the whole way. We get told by the inspector, we're getting pressured from higher above to actually say that this needs to stop. Because this one preacher would be in a town for a week or so, and obviously they're not doing anything wrong, they're not shouting, they may use a bit of amplified material, but it's not too loud. And what would happen is there'd be either kind of one of the the elders from the Muslim community would obviously phone one of the senior officer and say he don't want it in the area.
So unbelievable.
So then we'd get, I used to say most of just give them words of advice, but they'd give us community protection notice or a community protection order. If they break the community protection order, they'd have to be arrested.